Welcome back guys, Amar here from Magic Coding, and in this video we're gonna do our shot count text. In previous video we done shot count, now we're doing UI for our shot count. To do that we will need our UI text. Now to make one, we're gonna actually make it inside of our cannon. So right click on it, create a UI and create canvas. Automatically, when you create canvas, you get event system. And what is canvas? Well, basically, canvas is a game object where every UI object or game object has to go in. So if I create here UI, let's say button, it will immediately go to this canvas because it's the only canvas we have. Now, inside of the canvas, we can choose what render mode we want. We have screen space overlay, which is basically this. It's to hold out screen. If I put here button, like at the top right, it will be here at the top right. Then you can change our screen space for our camera. Now if I put here our main camera, you will see that our screen space camera is only where our camera is. And last but not least, we have our screen space, not overlay, but actually world space, which is the one we will use. And world space is independent on its own, and most of it's used for like 3D games like World of Warcraft and stuff like that. That UI you can see like from far away. You can see the distance between it. But for this canvas that we're using right now, or the one that we are gonna use, we'll not need that, but we are gonna use render mode world space. For the event camera, we're not gonna use anything. Order in layer, let's say 13, so it's gonna be on top of everything. Everything will leave the same, except we're gonna add our canvas group and remove interactable and block raycast. Now inside of our canvas, we're gonna change the name to shot count text and add here UI text, which will be our top text. So this will be our top text. As for our top text, it will say shoot with capital. Font will be our Bungee regular. Then we're gonna have font size of 130. And where is our text? Let's scale up this a bit. Let's say 570 by 180. And here we go. We have our shot text, which is kind of too big, so let's scale it down to 0.005, 0.005, and 0.005. Now where is our text? And there we go. Now we will drag our text to be on top of our, where is it? On top of our, how am I going to call it? Cannon. And where is our text? Why is it so far away? Let me go back and put it 000, and let me check where it is. Actually, I'm gonna put it exactly. Okay, first I'm gonna put this into 000, then I'm gonna change the text. So yeah, now as for our shoot, we're gonna position it to be a bit more upward, so it's gonna be 0.3, or not actually a bit more, let's say somewhere around here, like to be on top of it. As for the alignment, it will be middle. For the color, it will be white, but the A or transparency will be 180, and that will be it for our top text. Now we're just gonna copy this, call it bottom text or text bottom text. Then it will say for our bottom text, we'll say 1, then 3, and we're gonna put it down here. Actually, I'm gonna put this a bit more upwards. So yeah, this looks great. This looks great in my opinion. And if you don't like it, you can always change it around 0.1, 1.1, and 1.1. 1.1, guys. Yeah. I'm pretty much satisfied with this, what I have here. And I'm gonna leave it like this. Now, to change our shot, we will need our shot count text. But we'll need our shot count text script. So go ahead into our script folder, We can put that in our camera scripts, or we can just create a new folder for UI scripts. So UI scripts, and inside of it we're going to create a C# script that will be called shot count text, just like that. Now we're going to put our shot count text into our shot count text, the what's called the canvas. Shot count text, and open it up in our Visual Studio or MongoDevelop if you have one. It doesn't even matter. Now we're gonna start things off with our variables as we usually do. So let me delete these. First will be our public animation curve that we're gonna call scale curve. And what's that? What is this, you may ask? I'm gonna show you later. Just be patient. Then we're gonna have our public canvas group. So canvas group, which will be our shot count. And we're gonna have our private canvas group. So canvas group, come on, CG. And we're gonna have our private text top and bottom, but for that we'll need to have using Unity engine.ui, just like this. So yeah, so public private text, our top text, and our, okay, I'm just gonna add comma here and add bottom text. Pretty simple, usual stuff, so very much like it. As for our bottom and top text, we're gonna call it inside of our awake function, where we're gonna say that our top text equals to game object, or actually let's say transform because it's parent dot find, and we're searching for the what top text. It's not text top, so top text. I didn't even copy it. So text top, or actually top text dot get component, and we're getting its text, just like this. As for our bottom text, we're gonna do the actual same thing, except we'll not couple top text with bottom and bottom here, and just add capital B. As for the CG, we're gonna say that our CG equals to get component. We're getting our canvas group, just like this. And as for our transform dot local scale, it will be vector 3.0. So there will be nothing there. As for our top and bottom text, we will need our public void set top text, and here we have our string, which will be our text, just like this, and it will be the same as for our bottom text. Then we're going to say that our top text, so come on, top text dot text equals to text. Pretty simple. Now copy this and make one for our bottom, because we will use this bottom top bottom set bottom text, and here we'll say bottom text. And what are we going to use these for? These we're going to use in our game controller, where we will check how many shot counts we have. So if we have one shot count, then we're going to call it once. If we have two shot counts, we're going to call it two, and then final shot count, and so on and so forth. Then we're going to have our public void flash, which is going to flash our our text. We're going to say that cg.alpha equals to 1, transform.local scale equals to vector 3.0, 0, and we're going to call our start coroutine flash coroutine. So you can do it in capitals, but I'm just going to call it like this, flash coroutine. So flash routine, not coroutine. And now we're going to create our enumerator, which is going to be our flash routine, where we're going to have yield breaks, break first. Come on, break like this. And on top of it, we're gonna say for int I, then length will be 60, so just give that I integer. Then we're gonna say that our transform.local scale equals to vector3.1. Multiply that by scale curve dot evaluate our curve at the time we will have, so just be patient, you will see what I mean. Then we're gonna float our I, and we're gonna divide that by 50. So you can test things around 50, 40, 30, see what is working for you. So let me add parentheses like this so we don't have no errors. Then if our I is greater or equals to 40, then we're gonna say that cg.alpha equals to float 60. So float, we're gonna float the parentheses, which is gonna say 60 minus I, and we are gonna divide that by 20 like this. And after that, we're just gonna say that yield return break. No, I mean yield return null. And I have forgot to add the parentheses inside. Like this. CG alpha equals to, not minus, but equals to float, and yeah, that will be pretty much it for our script, except we haven't used public canvas, so I'm gonna remove it because it's not necessary to have it. Now let's go back to Unity and let's have our scale curve mixed up. So what is this? Well, basically, as you can see, we have tons of lines. I'm just kidding. We have 5 lines that we can choose. Like, depending on how the line is curved and how it is positioned, that is how our shot will be moving. So if it's like this, it's going to scale up, 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 and go a bit down. If it's like this, it's going to be down and go up. So to show you what I mean by that, we'll have to go to our game controller, and here we'll have to call out our should count text. Now to do that, we're going to go ahead and add I'm going to go ahead and add it on top. So private, come on, private shot count text. Then I'm going to call it shot count text, but with lower c. Gonna have it inside of our void awake. I'm gonna call it saying that our shot count text equals to game object dot find, and we're searching for the shot count text dot get component, and we're getting its shot count script, shot count text script. Just like that. Now we're gonna have a separate function which we're gonna call void check block, not check blocks, but check shot count, where we're gonna have our private int. So we're gonna have our private integer. We already have the shot count. I forgot we even put it. So we're gonna check if our shot count equals to 1. Then we're gonna say that our shot count text dot top text, set top text, and we're gonna set shoot or shot. Actually, let's put shoot or shot. Let me check. It's shot. So shot, then shot count text dot set bottom text, and we're gonna say 1, then out of 3 shots. That is our first shot, and we're gonna say that our shot count dot text flash. Just like this, flash. Now we're gonna copy this, paste it over. If our shot count text equals 2, we're gonna do the same thing, except there will be second or third shot. And last but not least will be our shot count 3, where we're gonna say our final shot. So final shot. And 3, not 2. Now where we're gonna check our shot count, we're gonna check every time we want to shoot. And where we're gonna put that, let me check, where is it? Every time we aim, where is our shot script? If we are aiming, if aiming equals true, then we're gonna call our shot count. So where we get aiming path, or actually I'm gonna put it here. So gc dot shot, not shot count, gc dot check. Come on, dot check. I made it private, am I right? Yep, I'm gonna just change it to public. Public, come on, public void check shot count, and then save it so we can move it here. Check shot count like this. Let me go back to our script and see if it's working. If I start the game, come on. If I click, you should see shot count. As you can see, but it's still kind of visible because of our curve, that it's kind of like that. Or maybe it's about the wrong calculations, but I think it's about the curve. So I'm going to click again, shot count 2, and final shot. Now this is not kind of the curve that we're going to have, but I'm just showing an example. If I put it like this, it's going to look differently. And that is what are we going to use our animation for, as you can see. Now, what I'm going to change it to is that we're going to leave it as line, like perfect line, take it from the middle and change it to about 0.390 and around 0.900. So we go to 900 and 3.90. So somewhere around here should be looking fine. Yep, somewhere around there. And we're gonna a bit turn it to the right, and we're gonna lower this down to 0. Come on, not here, but actually here, 0. Yeah, this looks great. So let me go ahead and test it now to see how it looks like. See shot count, and it disappears. Now it did not disappear like as a whole, because our alpha should be 0. And let me check our script. Where are we messing that up? So where is our CG? CG alpha 1, CG alpha equals to float. Then that, let me check. And yeah, that should be it, but something's wrong. Okay, here we're gonna say if it's less or equal to 60. Now that's not only lower, but it's lower or equal to 60. Then we're gonna call our script. That will be it. We're gonna call it one more time where it will disappear. And that is exact animation what we want for our shot count and our final shot. So guys, that will be it for this video. I'm Amar from Magic Coding, and I will see you in the next one.